Okay, look at it this way: is that if you grew up rich and you had really rich and wealthy parents, wouldn't you think that you would be carrying yourself different? Wouldn't you think your imagination and what you believe for you and your standards you have for your life, wouldn't you think you would be different? Because you would have different standards because your standards are coming from your wealthy parents. Okay, you're mimicking your wealthy parents. Okay, they're making $1 million or more a year. That's why I'm saying that is wealthy. Your parents make $1 million or more a year. They live in a million. Their house is $1 million. Okay, they're driving maybe not the most expensive cars, but they're driving Porsches. They're driving higher end cars or higher end SUVs. Okay, but what is really taught to you is that standard of living from your wealthy parents. That's really what's taught for you. Okay, you would be carrying yourself different. You'd be carrying yourself, well, my dad's wealthy. Okay, my dad's gonna help me. Even if you get a wealthy child or a wealthy kid gets into trouble, his first thought is, I'm gonna call dad. I'm gonna call my parents. He's gonna get me out of it. Okay, but that's the same thing you should be doing when God is inside you. A king is inside you. Your father is a king. Your father created this whole universe. This is the confidence you have to have, is that my father will give it to me. Your father wants to give you everything you desire. That is heaven. That is heaven on earth. You can call what you want into existence. Your father wants to give you everything. Your father's a king. That's what you have to understand. Because you would do the same thing if your parents were millionaires, if your parents were ultra wealthy, and you're the kid. Okay, maybe it's you and you have brothers and sisters, but you all would adopt that standard of living for yourself. You would all have that over somebody who grew up in poverty or over somebody who grew up in middle class. That's what wealthy parents or wealthy kids of wealthy parents, they kind of have the edge of life a little bit. They're ahead of you a little bit. They're not ahead of you finances. They're not ahead of you, but how they're ahead of you, I really want you to walk away with this. How they're ahead of you is their standards that they have for their life, because they learned those standards by their wealthy parents. You have to understand this. That's the only separation, is what they believe to be true for them and their standard of life they have for themselves. That's the only difference. But you can adopt that standard because you have a king inside you. God is within you. You have the spirit inside you. That's your subconscious mind. That's your direct link to God. You can have whatever you want. Okay? That's what you have to firmly understand. You have to reread this stuff and listen to this stuff over and over and over and over again until you wake up one day and you get it. And you get it at a deep level.